make it rain, I make it rain. They said it's raining in the gym, it's raining in the gym, it's raining in the gym, it's raining in the gym. Rainmaker from the corner, Ricky Bobby from the post. Rainmaker from the corner, Ricky Bobby from the post.
What's going on, folks? It's K.Spade the Prospect, aka the big blue Chevy driver, the guy sometimes referred to as the YouTube MVP. And I am back with another video for my report card series. Now, if you are new to me or the series, the report card series is basically a review series, but instead of reviewing entire games, I do very in-depth reviews of specific game modes. So needless to say, in this video, the mode is gonna be my career and the game is NBA 2K13. Now, somebody's gonna say it, so let me go ahead and address it. Yes, I know we can't ever have a perfect game, but my goal here is to try to get them as close as possible. So if at the end of this video, if you enjoyed what you saw, if you thought it was very informative, I'm gonna put clickable annotations right here to two other report card videos. There has been one for blacktop mode on this very game, as well as the online multiplayer for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Check them out if you like this one. Okay, so jumping right in, the first thing I have to do is make a comparison. I know it, nobody likes comparisons, but the closest thing to compare this game to is the My Player mode for NBA 2K12. And on that comparison front, NBA 2K13 is great. I don't know if that speaks volumes for how good NBA 2K13 is, or if it speaks volumes for how bad NBA 2K12 is. But at any rate, let's get started with some pros. The one thing that 2K Sports has done forever and probably will do forever is presentation. And trust me, they don't leave much to desire in NBA 2K13 My Career. The presentation is great. Different intros, being able to see your players have their own celebrations, even the music. Now, I must speak on this. I'm a Jay-Z fan. I would like to see the soundtrack for this game be a little deeper. Even though the presentation is superb, because the soundtrack is not very deep, you get tired of hearing the same songs over and over and over. But let's jump into the game. The first thing I have to speak on is teammates, because they have always made this mode somewhat frustrating. Teammates are better this year. They are smarter, they make more shots, and of course when I say that, depending on what difficulty level you're playing on, you're gonna see a different level of intellect for your teammates. But trust me, they are better than 12. Passing is a little bit better. I have to just say a little bit because there's still some issues where directional passing will go to the wrong person. And for the person that's gonna say that the easy fix is icon passing, there are still the issues with icon passing coming out just a little too slow. Slow passes, I hate that, right? All right, so the next pro, endorsements. Endorsements have always been great in this mode. From when it was called My Player to My Career, endorsements are great. The only possible flaw with them was that it wasn't a lot and they seemed to pay them out to you rather quickly. So by the end of your rookie season, you had just about done everything that you could do. But that's somewhat been fixed here. So I like that. I really like that there's multiple options. You could sign with Nike or Team Jordan, whatever. Really cool things with the endorsements this year. Of course, I still want to see a little more, but that's just the way of the world. We always want more, right? Next thing is GM sit-downs. Not only is this something fun to do in the way of keeping things going and not getting bored or stagnant with the game, but it also has an effect on the actual game. So for those of you that follow my series, you know early in the year, Andre Iguodala wanted to be traded. I went to my GM and requested him more minutes to keep him happy. And look at this, you know, we're heading toward the playoffs and look who's on the court with me, Andre Iguodala. So it worked. Now, the next thing that I gotta speak on is gonna start off being a pro and it's gonna head into the cons. And this is accessories. The accessories are great. I like that there's several things you can do. You can buy sleeves, you can get headbands, you can get accessories for other modes. You can buy accessories that actually add to your My Player rating. That's great. However, there are some things that's gonna push me over into my cons with accessories. And that's the fact that it needs to be a little bit more customization options. Like, they got different team colors, but you can't do a custom color. I don't know why I can't color my Jordan calf sleeve. And also, it would be awesome to have an option where you could sell these accessories back, maybe for half off. I got a bright red sleeve that I had when I played for the Detroit Pistons that gives me plus whatever. I paid like 3,700 VC for that thing. Now it's just sitting in the closet because I play for Denver and I can't use a red sleeve. So if I could sell that back for half off, that would be great. Maybe even have like an auction where you could sell it to other users of the game or trade it to somebody. That would be hot. I would really like to see that. So like I said, let's move on into the cons because I have more, unfortunately. Okay, so the first thing I got to talk about is the difficulty levels because we all play on different levels. And on Hall of Fame, some of the issues that plagued NBA 2K12 resurface on Hall of Fame. Now, I do have to somewhat defend 2K because nobody tells us to play on Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is not supposed to be easy. It is the most difficult level on the game. So it's supposed to be difficult. The thing that we all hate is the fact that Hall of Fame doesn't feel more difficult. It feels more cheesy. I still want to see the devs work on that a little bit. So expect on Hall of Fame to see fourth quarter runs from the CPU. The CPU making shots at an amazingly high percentage and just dumb turnovers from you and your CPU teammates. You will see that. Trust me. All right. But moving on, this don't even have anything to do with the difficulty here. These are more cons for this mode. Bad minute management, that's a tricky one, from the coaches. It's too many times where I get subbed out twice in the first quarter. This is not stamina issues. This is not foul trouble issues. It's just the coach saying, hey, you're doing a good job. Come sit down beside me for a little while. Then at the end of the game, he doesn't touch me. So I play like the whole third, the whole fourth. My stamina is in the dumps. I'm too tired to make shots or play defense, and it ends up costing my team the game. So I would like to see a smarter coach. All right. Now, another thing I have to speak on, and I hate to do this to y'all, but I don't know what it is, but for me, it's still too much tugging and pulling. If you try to run plays, there are plays that you just flat out have to scrap. You can't even run that play because the CPU is just not going to let you run. And I don't like that simply because my teammates, we can't stop the CPU from going wherever they want to go. They running plays, they running around free of will. The only person that can't move is me, and I got a problem with that. We got to fix that tugging and pulling and pushing. I don't like that, okay? All right. So the next thing I got to go to, we're still seeing some psychic CPU players, and that's pretty much going to be on Hall of Fame, but it's still guys that's knowing exactly where you're trying to go or where you're trying to pass before the pass comes out. Before you try to go. And this is more along the lines of the things that doesn't make the game feel like you have control of what's going to happen. It makes you feel like you're just following a script for a movie. All right. So a few things I want to speak on before I close it out. The trade issue. If you go to your GM and ask for a trade, there is absolutely no telling where you're going to go. I don't care what teams you ask for. He's going to send you where he wants to send you. And I'm somewhat okay with that because, I mean, how realistic is it that you can be traded to wherever you want to be? So I'm somewhat okay with that. But some of the trades that I asked for, they were doable trades, and they just refused to send me there. So kind of got an issue with that. And the last thing, the absolute last thing that I definitely want to speak on is this. After the patch, and I waited until after the patch to do this video. So a lot of people was wondering, where's the report card series for my career? Like, what's taking so long? I felt like it would be unfair to 2K to do it before the patch because I knew the patch was supposed to address so many issues, and it has fixed a lot of them. Unfortunately, one thing was not fixed, and I got to speak on it. That's reaching files. Now, let me make sure I make myself clear because somebody's going to think that I'm one of those guys that just reach. I don't. I maybe get a couple of files a game, and some of them don't even have anything to do with reaching. But here's the issue. I have CPU teammates about to file out from reaching. It's just up way too sensitive. So for those of you saying, I think it's realistic, you know, there's not very many on-ball steals in the NBA, I agree 100%. But where I disagree is, yeah, every time you reach it shouldn't be a steal, but every time you reach it shouldn't be a foul either. So, I mean, I'm watching, like I had one game where Ty Lawson fouled out in the third quarter. And, you know, that's a tad bit unrealistic. And once again, it makes this mode a little bit more frustrating because now I'm playing with Andre Miller, who can't make a shot if everyone moves out of the way and say, okay, Andre, you can shoot. So these are the issues that I have with the game. With all of that being said, it is time for me to give this game mode a grade. And before I give it a grade, because I know somebody's going to speak on it, let me say this. You are not required to play on Hall of Fame. And I guarantee you the bulk of the issues you have with this game mode is going to come on Hall of Fame. So with that being said, if I had to give this game a grade today, I give it a A-. Highest grade ever for a report card series. That's all I got for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
Rainmaker.